0, 1. Let's get started.
Bye, crypto bro.
What's going on, crypto world? It's that guy again, Ball Deep Crypto, coming at you with a little SHX Zebec piece here, little news drop today, so I want to get it out there. Before we get into it, Ball Deep Crypto is not a financial advisor. He's just a guy talking to a computer about what he's into, what he's doing. What you do with your money is your choice. This is not financial advice. That being said, let's get into it. Okay, as you can see, we got a tweet here today from Zebec saying that Stellar Org, obviously you know we're big Stellar homers over here, shout out XLM, Stellar, has selected Zebec as its global stablecoin payroll infrastructure provider for the Stellar ecosystem. Now, this expands our partnership with one of the original blockchain networks in crypto, powering global payments and remittances, including a direct integration to, I'm not going to read it all. You kind of get the idea, but you know Stellar is what? About fixing the remittances barrier. The average, I think, is 3 to 8%, depending on what region you're going to, and or higher. So, again, $3 to $8 for every 100 you sent, whether it be MoneyGram, however you used to send it back to the country that you're trying to get it back to. So, of course, I said, okay, I'm confused. This is exactly what Stronghold, Tammy Camp, and Sean Bennett do. And going, obviously I had a little typo there, to do with ACH. I said, am I tripping? Kind of caught me off guard, which it did. Now, in a sense, they are both part of NFA ACH, so they are approved vendors as far as that goes. So, yes, there is that, the underlying bank, ACH, everything else. Now, what Zebec does is it's a real-time streaming payroll, and workers get paid continuously or on demand, not in batches. Now, it has a direct integration with MoneyGram, which we know Stellar is tied with MoneyGram for on- and offloading crypto payments into real-time currency, depending on what the region is. Obviously, that's a big thing, and that's a big thing for the remittances, right? Getting the money there fast, cheap, and saving that barrier of the global, I think it's trillions of dollars in remittance fees currently, which is a heavy tax on the poor. The poor are sending money that way. So obviously the people that have the least are getting taxed the most for trying to get money back to a region. And 3 to 8 or higher per $100 that's sent back is huge loss for somebody who needs that money on the other end, and the person that's sending it, it's a huge loss as well. So again, MoneyGram, great thing. Obviously, for instant cash and in cash out of 450,000 locations worldwide with no bank account needed, so it's banking the unbanked. It's exactly what Stellar is. Obviously, we've talked about that to ad nauseum in the other videos. Do yourself a favor. If you want to fall asleep, listen to them. They're boring, but there's good shite in there. Take advantage. Now, it's obviously by using Stellar's native rails for low-cost cross-border remittances and stablecoin disbursements with USDC or similar is a benefit for Zebec, who started on Solana, but is layering into streaming on Stellar for a global scale. Obviously, this is a big validation for Stellar in a real-world payroll in 11 trillion plus market and remittances. Obviously, payroll is huge. I would imagine that's globally. And then, because I think the NFA is 73.5 trillion with a 3 to 5% annual increase. And that's just obviously here. And obviously they want everybody to be soon paperless and on ACH. That's the goal. We'll see if they get to that. Now, obviously Stronghold is a fintech payments processor built on Stellar, which we already know. We love Stronghold. Shout out to you, Tammy Camp, Sean Bennett. I'm a strongholder. I'm a strong hodler. That's who I am. Like me some SHX, you probably already know. Kind of a homer on that too. Now, obviously, what they differ or similar to, they do business and merchant payment, have payment tools like Stripe on Stellar, ACH, bank-to-bank transfers, real-time settlements, APIs for accepting and initiating payments. Obviously, we know that, even I asked about it, and I believe Venom SHX asked about it, was talking about, hey, we need something from Stronghold, that, that tight feeling, that feel good kind of like comment or whatever the case may be. But I mean, I even said it in my comment below down here, it's like, I just believe that maybe, who knows, they're more focused on institutions, which they are. I think that we are lucky to get it, but their main goal is not retail. Their main goal is high value institutions and people who are compliant. They are very compliant. As we know, Tammy Kemp built the API rails for Walmart, etc. Prodigy, Sean Bennett built the first stablecoin on Stellar. So there's a lot going on with SHX that to be excited about, and I'm not doubting the team. I believe in the team, to be clear, 100%. But it's all a guess, right? What do I know? I make $20 an hour. I'm a broke dude. Obviously, SHX powers a platform. It's discounts on fees, rewards, and faster settlements, merchant cash advances, loans against transaction flows, and governance and utility. It focuses on bridging traditional finance with the NACHA-compliant ACH with blockchain for small businesses and regulated industries. So they're going to be focusing on the businesses, which is nice. Yeah, it's back-end oriented. It's not customer-facing interface. So it looks like Zebec's going to be the customer face, and the back end of it will be Stronghold. So they kind of mingle and work together. So it's not really a clashing, as I see it. It looks like they kind of maybe potentially benefit each other because they could potentially use it. Obviously, Zebec is a payroll-first, employee-side streaming payments, and global cash access via MoneyGram. It's the front end, obviously, app interface selected by Stellar. Now, Stronghold SHX is the broader merchant and business payments processing, ACH, business-to-business settlements. I said bank-to-bank earlier. Business-to-business, and more back-end structure. So this, you got the front and the back now. It's like a coin. I'm going to call SHX the heads. You could be the tails. Zebec, because I think you're ass. But, it's my opinion. Whatever. Shout out. Even the haters get a little love, I love my haters too. Now, obviously, both are NACHA members and use Stellar, so there's that ecosystem overlap. Community speculation even suggests possible synergy. They're talking about Zebec potentially layering on Stronghold's connectors. Interledger tech for multi-network flows are both fitting into the larger narratives with the XRP and Stellar. As we know, it's the triangle. XRP, Stellar, SHX, that little corridor within 5 miles of San Francisco. First, you've got the overlap of Sean Bennett from XRP to Stellar with obviously Jeb McKillop. And then you've got Tammy Camp, the first head of development at Stellar. Then she leaves with Sean Bennett to open SHX. And the first two investors, or one of the first two investors over there, are SHX. Is XLM and XRP. Hello. Let's go, people. It doesn't take a genius to connect the dots. Again, I guess just me speculating here. Now, obviously, I would say, is this good, bad, or indifferent for SHX? I believe that this doesn't displace Stronghold. Zebec isn't taking over merchant payments or ACH. It's adding a high volume payroll use case to Stellar. Now, SHX's value comes from usage inside Stronghold's platform. If companies use Zebec for payroll, it doesn't automatically route through Stronghold, so you've got that going on. Obviously, this is a massive boost to Stellar's network activity, more transaction volume from payroll and remittances. Stellar burns XLM on fees, overall adoption grows, the ecosystem Stronghold relies on. Now, it validates real-world crypto payments, payroll plus cash access, which could drive more businesses to Stronghold's tools for their other needs. That's okay. I like it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, looking at it in this aspect with the front end and the back end, obviously, it makes a lot of sense, and I don't think this really intertwines or messes with what Stronghold is going to be and what they're going to do. I believe it potentially, like it says here, like it potentially benefits it, right? I don't know. So maybe nothing to be worried about. Obviously, I wanted a little bit of reassurance because Stronghold, I've got a decent bag. I love it. I really feel like it's the one, right? I like I like Stronghold. What can I say? I like XLM. I'm a homer. So you guys tell me what you think. I'm gonna drop this video in this tweet right here from Ball Deep Crypto. That's me. I'm not verified. Again, I'm broke. I'm not paying for that. So, unfortunately, you know, I don't really put out crap anyways. So, you know what I mean? Just these videos. But that's all I got for today. I want to thank you for your time. Time is money, and you chose to spend it here with me. I appreciate that. Like I always say, chase a check, never chase a bitch.